And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Got a great one lined up. Zebec and Cardano. Zebec has been set up, in my opinion, to be like the global payroll crypto interoperability, super cheap, 2 zeros in front of it. That is a crypto that's got so many connections. Then we got Cardano. I was going to report 4 days ago on a Cardano article. Cardano is going to be chosen to be the crypto that the Brics, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Cardano's chosen for them to run on. And they're going to start a pilot. I think it's starting right now. I'm not certain on that. But it's starting imminently. And by August of next year, there's some price predictions out there for Cardano. Maybe it goes anywhere from like $5 to $25. So we're going to get into those two today. We're going to start with those. If we have time, we'll go over some other ones. My name's Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I'm just drinking some coffee, not vodka. I had the heroin and cocaine and stuff earlier. And I don't know anything about finances. I don't know anything about crypto, none of the above. What I do know is how to get high off peyote, heroin, cocaine, date rape drugs, roofies, fucking LSD, all that shit. Every day, 24/7 for the past 5.5 years. If you ever heard anything coming out of my mouth, run. Anything about crypto or finances, run. I don't know anything at all. Okay, now that we got the rookie numbers. Oh, there's that guy again. You know what? Yesterday, I snorted 5 pounds of cocaine. How about that, Stephen Morris? 5 pounds of cocaine. Like, what do you say about that? Huh? Thought so. He says that's it. Now I got Stephen Morris numbers, right? 5 pounds. Oh, shit. Oh my God. So I'm traveling. The lights, I can obviously tell the lights different in this room, but I'm still at the same beach. I'm at some beach somewhere. Hello, Gordon. This is from Gordon. Welcome to the show. Is this Gordon Logan? Boy, Jove, it's Gordon Logan from Merry Old England. Let's start with Zebec. Canton is on uphold now. Canton coin. If you look below the Crypto Hulk channel, it's on Caleb and Brown. If you look below the channel, we got the partner of all partners, the custody partner, Caleb and Brown. We're going to get into something. We're going to go, and then look below. There's also the Crypto Hulk lawyer. Look, both of those are important. I have Caleb and Brown on my channel as a partner to protect the crypto. And the lawyer is there because your crypto needs to be wrapped with a corporation, and we have a special Crypto Hulk plan. And when your government tries to, and they will, take your crypto. Look, do you think Nancy Pelosi wants us getting richer than her? What is she worth? 150 million? You think that fucking nasty bitch wants us to come up? See, the more money we get, we can run our own campaign. I could be like running for president or some shit like that. If I come up and I got like 300 million bucks from crypto, like that would be nice. But let's just say that happens. I'm going to self-fund. I can self-fund and run my own campaign. I don't need no kiss up to no spot. That's why I don't kiss up to no sponsors and stuff. I'm shocked that the business partners that I have now, they must be pretty thick-skinned in corporations. They want to partner up with me. I'm like, wow. But look, man, it's like we're going to get this done. These government people are scared to death. That's why they don't want us to get rich off the crypto. They're going to try to take your shit. And when you wrap it with the Caleb and Brown, with the Anders and advisors, that's why the Crypto Hulk lawyer comes in. Give him a call. It's not a high stress place. You don't have to join. Just ask. What you do is when you set up your appointment for the law firm, just tell them, I need to know specifically, if I don't have your law firm expertise, what could I expect happen? What could I expect my government to do with the crypto and this and that? And they'll just tell you. And then, and you don't even, and if that's all you want, then you can hang up. It's not like these people are not trying to twist arms. Later, when the government takes your shit, you're going to want to twist arms and get that shit back. I already know how this goes. Do not even, once this crypto thing, the government comes out and they make laws and they try to take your shit. We don't want to hear your stupid, pathetic stories. Oh man, they took all my shit. Like, dude, we're going to block you. I can't have dumb shit on the channel. Okay. You're being warned. You're being told right now. Okay. If you don't listen to that, then that's cool. That's your choice. But later, we're not hearing no bitch about you lost everything and shit. We're just going to call you a dumbass and block you. Okay. That's all that's going to happen. So make your choice. All right. It's not how much crypto you buy necessarily. It's how much you get to keep. That's why I got the law firm hooked up with us. So these motherfucking government people, it's not going to take our shit. It's not going to happen. Okay. Chris Sharpie. My job is to teach you. My job is to show you the best evidence that I got out there. I do pretty good investigative work. We've got Caleb Brown to protect your crypto against hackers. We use Fireblocks, the best banks in the world. Ripple itself, but the best banks in the world use Fireblocks. And then the last phase of this is legally. So you got the researcher, Caleb Brown is the protector, and you got the law firm to keep the government out of your business. That's how we do shit on this channel, okay? Now, Mark says, thank God I'm covered. Thank you, Hulk. Chris Sharpie says, nobody taking my crypto. Mr. OG says, yes, it is. Good morning, Mr. OG. Sing it, Hulk. Now, yeah, so, that's right. I thought they were trying to get Quant on. Well, then I guess you got to get it uphold if could have sworn Caleb Brown had Quant on network. But nonetheless, if they get it, then just transfer your shit over from uphold. Let me go over something real quick. It's about Ripple becoming a trust bank. So let us get that clear. Trust bank. A trust. So Ripple became a trust bank. Here was my premise over all these years. Let me clarify some, because some people take a lot of things out of context and try to show how smart they are on my show, and they're really fucking mental midgets. Over the years, I said Ripple will never be a bank. Okay, Ripple's the government, and a trust bank is not a bank. It's a fiduciary. It's a custodian. Okay. Now, the term trust bank is used loosely. Let's see what the definition is. Then you'll see what I'm talking about. But first off, Ripple, with all of its technology, Ripple with all of its proprietary secrets and all these things, Ripple with all the escrow is not going public ever, 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 ever. And if they do, I've said this for 5.5 years. I said a Ripple will never be a bank with these conditions. And the conditions are you're not having all the Ripple secrets and all these things and how they innovate and do all this stuff, number one. Number two, you're not getting that fucking escrow. When and if Ripple ever becomes a bank, it'll be like a eunuch where they get the nuts and snip them off. It'll just be like any other thing. It won't be a thing. They're not getting all the special secret governments. It's not going to happen. So if Ripple ends up moving one day to becoming a bank, it'll be not a big deal. It'll just be like any other bank. So that's what I've been saying for 5.5 years. Now, because why would that be a big deal? Ripple goes on the stock market. China and Russia come in, take control. Do you think it's going to happen? No. So all that secret shit about Ripple and all the power, all that stuff, if Ripple ever gets to the point, which it never will, goes on the stock market shit, it's not going to have all that stuff. It's going to be gone. It'd just be like you buy a house and you tear out the refrigerator, the washer, the dryer, you tear the carpets out and everything, and you sell the house. It's a skeleton. It's nothing. At that point, it's just a name. What does that mean? Nothing. Okay, now that I clarified that for the dumb shits for like the 3 millionth time, the problem is, here we go. A trust bank, which is Ripple right now, a trust bank, also known as a trust company. Oh, so there's a difference. Yes, there is. Ripple formed a trust company. Now, you can call it a bank. Is a what? A specialized financial institution that primarily acts as a fiduciary, a trustee, or a custodian, okay? Period. That's what it means. It focuses on services like trust administration. You know how like when some of you guys and myself called up Anders and Advisors and they wrapped our crypto in an LLC. Anders and Advisors acts like a fiduciary. That's what Ripple is. You don't call the crypto lawyer and say, hey, I want 3 5s, 2 20s, this. They don't deal with money and shit like that. It's the same thing with Ripple. So when these dumbasses are like, oh, Ripple's a bank, you're wrong, Crypto Hulk. I'm like, you know what? Go back to sucking a bag of dicks and just leave this channel because all I do is block your stupid comments anyway, okay? These dumbasses watch the little 1-minute videos I make and be like, I know everything. They can't even watch the full show because they're too fucking stupid. Okay, let's continue. So Ripple, which is now a trust company, and I'm not using the word bank because it's a trust company, focuses on services like trust administration. And what is a trust administration? I want you to see, because this is not a bank. It acts as, it handles distributions. It handles taxes. It handles investments in assets such as stocks, bonds, and real estate, or business transactions. It's the executor for estates, like what a lawyer does, okay? It safe keeps securities without treating them as the bank's own assets. A bank like Bank of America, all your money and shit and everything, that's there. They count that as their assets. Ripple's not that, okay? So for the dumb people out there, you need to get it fucking straight. Open up an encyclopedia and educate yourself so you don't look like a stupid dumb fuck when you leave comments on my channel. So Ripple is this custodian type agent that safeguards people's financial assets. It's not a bank. It's a trust company. There's a big, big difference in what they do, dumbass. So Ripple safeguards securities without treating them as the bank's own assets. What do every single bank in the entire country do? Anything that they're in control of, it's their assets. Okay? You're the account holder. I think we've gone over this 3,000 times. In a normal bank situation, they are the account owner. You, at B of A, you're an account holder. So when the bank gets into some deep shit financially, they can take all your money that's in your bank and pay their creditors off and not you. That's why we have Caleb Brown, because Caleb Brown's not a bank, none of that kind of shit. Caleb Brown is a fiduciary agent that protects our crypto. It's not on their balance sheet, okay? That's why I went with them, not a crypto exchange or something like that, all right? Caleb Brown has explained it to us like 25, 30 times on the show. Like every other week they're on Crypto Hulk show, he explains that. Ripple is not a bank. It's a trust company. The structure of the trust, like what Ripple is, it's a trust company. The structure of it makes it to where there's no bank runs because there's no money. See, let me tell you, Ripple's a bank. All these dumb shits. Ripple's a bank. Okay, can you get money out of a Ripple bank? No, you can't, you dumb fuck. It doesn't deal with money. It doesn't deal with loans, you dumb shit. Oh, man. Some people, but they want to be popular. Try to leave a comment on Crypto Hulk Show, showing us how fucking stupid they are. They show them, they cut off their nose to spite their face. The structure of Ripple as a trust company, not a bank, trust company, makes them less vulnerable to runs. Like your assets that Ripple protects are held separate, okay, from everybody else's and stuff. So they don't commingle all these things. It's not a bank, okay? Now, in contrast, a regular bank, often called a commercial bank, primarily handles everyday banking activities and deposits, and the liabilities go on their balance sheet, so they count it as their money. That's the difference. Regular banks issue loans. Ripple doesn't issue loans. Ripple doesn't investing those funds that generates profit. When you put property into Ripple and all that stuff, they don't invest it to make profit. Ripple's a trust company. There's a completely different thing. So stop saying that Ripple's a bank, because you're looking like a dumb shit on my program, and I have to clown you and show everybody how fucking stupid you are, okay? So that's the main difference between a trust company and a bank. So now that we got that cleared up, let me check some comments, and we'll go right into Zabak. We got Gordon Kaluiana. Welcome to the entry-level membership. M. White, welcome to the 2024 Crypto Explosion. And we got Chris Sharpie. What does Chris Sharpie have to say here? A little thank you for the guidance and helping me be stress and worry-free. Anderson and Caleb Brown is the way. They really are. I mean, you got me giving you evidence so you can make decisions whether you want to buy or not buy a particular crypto. And Caleb Brown protects it against hackers. And Anderson keeps your crypto away from the criminals, which I call government employees. Then we got X_Altmoto became a 2024 Crypto Explosion member. Let's take a look here. Mr. OG, I'll come from communist Canada. I'm not able to work. Yeah, Caleb Brown left Canada because Canadian government officials are just not doing their job. Same with New York. All right, let's get into Zabak. Let me find the article. So I don't necessarily have an article for Zabak. What I did is I did an update search. So every so often, because I own Zabak, it just needs to hit $1. Overview of Zabak. Let's talk about Zabak. Zabak is a crypto, one of the very few that's got 2 zeros in front of it, and it's loaded with connections. Ripple, solid connections. I think Stellar and all kinds of stuff. Zabak is a hidden diamond, okay? Let's read it. Zabak Network, formerly known as Zabak Protocol, is a decentralized infrastructure platform built initially on Solana. Now that's interesting. But I'm going to tell you, but now it's multi-chain. Now I'm going to show you what is that multi-chain. It's Ripple, Cosmo, SDK with PeerSys and Tendermint. That's what all this shit is. It was initially built on Solana, but now it's multi-chain, and they leave out the Ripple. Grok's leaving it out. I'm just letting you know. We're going to get into the evidence here in a minute, but that's why this little crypto here is amazing, and it's cheap as hell. You can be like literally on welfare and buy this shit, all right, and be rich. What does Zebec do? It focuses on real-time payroll, streaming payments, and financial tools. Founded in 2021. Now, everybody gets paid, okay? What Zebec, in my opinion, will be, it'll be hooked into every single business in the entire world. Well, a lot of them. And what Zebec does is going to stream your pay. You might get every second you're at work, it goes right to your bank account. You get paid by the second. Clock in, clock out. Hey, that can help a business. Let's say you clock in 5 minutes late and you clock out early 5 minutes. You just save the company 10 minutes. So every second counts. That 10 minutes a day, 50 minutes a week, 200 a month. That's quite a bit. Talking 2,000, 2,500 minutes a year. That's the money of the company. So you think they're not, and then now multiply this by thousands of employees. This is why they're all going to use Zebec, all these, every single business, a lot of them. Zebec, let's look here. Founded in 2021, Zebec enables continuous money streams. Oh, for transactions like salaries, investments, subscriptions. It deals with traditional finance and DeFi. The platform processes over $500 million in annual payroll volume. Zebec's already doing this. It serves 250 businesses and has 50,000 monthly users across 18 blockchains and 150 tokens. Oh shit, Zebec's already interoperable, everybody. It's Ripple. Ripple's the bridge, just let you know. It emphasizes compliance like ISO 20022. Oh, and MiCA white paper. Meaning it's already European Union approved. It's all done at 0.002 cents, by the way. Market cap's 259 million. Has a strong institutional backing. Oh, that means institutions love this crypto. I'm going to look to the guy who started it. I'm going through the employees. I'm not seeing anything that's amazing. They've got advisors here. You have a hedge fund manager as an advisor. You have somebody from ADP. If you know anything about ADP, they're a payroll company in the United States. They help employees get paid. So almost everybody deals with ADP if you're a big company and stuff. And ADP helps integrate your employees and their bank accounts and all these things. Certic. Okay, here's how you know Zebec is legit. It's something called Certi, C-E-R-T-I, and then a capital K, all one word. It's for audit. So Zebec is audited by a company. This is not a crypto company. I don't want to say. I've heard of Certic. They certify to make sure everything's legit. So let's leave it at that. I'm not an expert in payroll companies. They have something called PayBridge, and what it does, Zebec links traditional finance to DeFi, and it's called PayBridge. It's probably Ripple is what that is. Now, here's where, listen to who's, there are fintech, there's blockchain, and there's crypto involved in Zebek. You got Solana, then we have Ethereum, and then 18 other chains, I guess, here. Then you have BNB chain. Then you have Algorand, Ripple partner. Then you have Stellar, and the same guy that made Stellar helped make XRP. Then you got Chainlink. This is just massive right here. Now let's look at the BNB connection. That's where we're going to go here really quick. We're going to take a little side trip here. BNB. Why is this important? Why is the Binance chain important? Because this is where the connection to Cosmos SDK comes in. Why is that important? Because that's Ripple and Persist. Oh, man. And then you throw in Tendermint along with that. That's the Ripple connection right there, the side chains. The Ethereum virtual machine side chains to the XRP ledger, that's what Cosmo SDK is with Ripple and Persist, okay? So that's why Zebek may not be a Ripple partner, but they sure as hell are using Ripple technology to do their job. Remember now, Ripple is open source. You don't have to be a Ripple partner. You can utilize the XRP and all that. You can build on the Cosmo SDK, and you don't need Ripple's permission for that. It's open. So is Zebek a Ripple partner? I don't know anything official on that. The next question is, that doesn't even matter if they're a Ripple partner. It doesn't even matter. What matters is Zebek using Ripple and or their technology? Yes, absolutely. And we have right here, Zebek is partnered up with BNB, who, let's see what's going on with BNB. BNB chain, particularly its beacon chain component, formerly known as Binance chain, is built using what? The Cosmo SDK. Ta-da! So, Zebek partnered up with Binance. Binance is built on Ripple's Ethereum virtual machine sidechain called Cosmo SDK, where they worked with Persist to add to the XRP ledger. Oh, shit. So basically, Zebek is running on Ripple. That's where they get the interoperability from. They can be built on Solana, but it's running on the Cosmo SDK. Get it? Everything runs on Ripple. So they can be hooked up with them. But guess what? Where does it all end up? At the end of the day, it all ends up on the XRP ledger. That's where they all go on top. There you have it. The Cosmo SDK provides modular tools for creating custom blockchains with BNB chain leverage for staking, governance, asset transfers. This makes the BNB chain and Zebek part of a broader group of projects that utilize Cosmo SDK for scalability and interoperability. Zebek is using BNB, but BNB is right on top of that Cosmo SDK. That's where they get it all. And all that is Ripple. And guess what? They don't need to be partners with Ripple to use that. Ta-da! So there you go. BNB chain, here's what Grok says. BNB chain and Ripple, the company behind the XRP ledger, have an indirect relationship primarily through cryptocurrency integration and market dynamics. So that's exactly what I'm saying. BNB doesn't need to be a Ripple partner. You don't need, that's fucking stupid. You don't even need to be. But they're running on top. They are using the Cosmo SDK, which is the Ripple Ethereum virtual machine sidechain. So they don't have a relationship that we can see, but you don't have to. It's kind of like your friend. He has a Ferrari, and you can borrow it anytime you want. That would be pretty cool. I got at least 10 friends like that. So, Crypto Hulk, are you lying? No. But that's what this is. Everybody's using the Ripple Ferrari, because it's open source. It's free. You just walk in. You don't even have to show your ID. I'll be like, yeah, my name's Jim Smith. I like the keys of the Ferrari, please. And then Ripple just lets you have the keys. Now, let's get back to Zebek. Let me check the comments first. But that's how Zebek works. It's running on Ripple. Chris Sharpie says, if it goes to $8, I may pass out. I know. I just need Zebek to hit $1. And I'm doing pretty good at that point. But if it hits $8, I'll probably pass out. They've made more connections. Chris Sharpie says, Stephen, I truly think we will see around an $8 Zebek. Oh, man. See, when you get Zebek, let me tell you something. When you get Zebek, you don't need, I mean, it's so cheap. Like, shit, you can get 1 million of them. Okay, right now, somebody do the math. To get Zebek, to get 1 million Zebeks, right now, how much money do you have to have? $1,000? Somebody do some math. I'll sit here and wait a minute. $2,700. Okay. 2,000. Well, that's quite a difference there. Steven Mariano says, I bought mine at 3 zeros and a 9. It took $2,700 to be a millionaire. I'm seeing 24 to 27, so that's about, I think, what we're looking at here. Basically, I got mine at 0.001. Okay. 27. Robert, well, hey, if Robert Driscoll says it's 27, then it's 27. The point of the matter is, with Zebek, I mean, shit, you wanted 500,000 of them, $1,300. It goes to $4, you got $2 million. Zebek is average here. Gunderman got it for average of 3 zeros and a 7. Oh, sweet. Stephen Mariano says 2,700 is correct for 1 million Zebek. Okay, so now we know that Zebek runs on the XRP ledger and the side chains and all that. Let me get back. Zebek. Okay, so Zebek again is on Solana. That is now multi-chain, which is Cosmo, which is the evidence, that little side trip we took. So that's all Ripple and the Ethereum virtual machine. That's why it says BNB sidechain there. Algorand, Ripple partner, Stellar, Jed McCaleb helped invent Ripple. Here you have Chainlink's involved as well. This is massive right here. Zebek's got them all the important ones. I mean, Zebek has all the giants: Solana, Ethereum, BNB, Ripple, Algorand, Stellar, Chainlink. Like, look, you got all of them right there. Like, those are the most important ones. You got Circle, USDC is working with them. This one's like a no-brainer. If you don't have Zebek, you're wrong. That's the wrong answer. All right. It's also ISO 20022. Oh, guess what? You're not going to believe it. Ondo's involved with Zebek. Why is that important? Because Ondo is a BlackRock partner in their tokenized treasuries. You see, BlackRock, that's only the biggest company in the whole entire world. Now, I know that's not a big deal. But since they're the biggest company in the entire world, investment company, they use a company called Ondo to help them tokenize and transfer value. That's important because Ondo is Ethereum. Axelar is mixed up in this. That's a bridge, and then it goes back to Ripple again. That's the BlackRock's BIDL. This is massive. So I mean, shit, now we're pulling in BlackRock to this. Not that they're partners, but the ALGO is the technology that BlackRock's using. So kind of like partners indirectly. Zebek is an absolute monster for 2 zeros in front of, what is it, a 2.002 now? Let's see. They have a wallet. December 9th, Zebek introduced a wallet. NatPay. December 2nd, they hooked up with NatPay. Certic. November 10th, they got audited by Certic and everything is right. Oh, Signum Bank is involved in this. That's a big fucking deal. Signum Bank. That means they're good to go with the European Union. I'm just cherry picking Zebek right now. I'm looking through. Highly engaged. Government. It's basically government approved. It's Grok is telling us that Zebek aligns with FedNow. I wouldn't be surprised if FedNow comes out with a license and gives it to Zebek. Okay, this is massive right here. They're going to get a FedNow license. I'm just letting you know. They align with it. It's not going to be like, well, we align with it, but they're not going to get a license. They're going to get a license. Just you watch. They will. That's how it should always starts off. It starts off as a test, an experiment. Next thing you know, they get a license. I've seen it happen like a million times. So Lightspeed Venture partners with them. Why is that important? They're a Ripple, first year Ripple investor, Lightspeed Ventures, right there. That's massive, right? Lightspeed gets in at the very, very earliest. If you have a startup and you see Lightspeed Ventures in there, you're a winner. You're gonna win. That's just always how it works. Bank of America. I'm going to hold off. Bank of America is integrated with Circle into Zebek for payments. Not that Zebek is a B of A partner, but what we got is this. Zebek is integrated into B of A and JP Morgan, the world's biggest bank. So JP Morgan decided to work with Zebek to help them integrate for payments along with B of A. That's massive. The biggest bank in the world. So there you have it. Let me look for Zebek partnerships. Something called NatPay, N-A-T, NatPay. That's like massive. I think it's not like the Canadians and the Scottish banks and shit all kind of, that's massive right there. Stripe is mixed up in this. Well, Stripe owns 1 out of 25 Stellars, don't they? Yeah. Stripe is an early Stellar partner, and they gave Stellar a certain amount of money, and Stellar sold Stripe 1 out of 25 Stellars. We got Dash involved. Oh, Axelar is a partner. See, I told you right there. Axelar. They're a partner. Because if you see Ondo, you're going to see Axelar. So that's, and Axelar is a Ripple partner. So this Zebek thing, I'm just telling you. They got Circle as a partner. Stellar as a partner. Chainlink. Uphold. Ondo. Alchemy Pay. Oh, sweet Jesus. Alchemy Pay, that's a Ripple partner right there. Massive. Visa, MasterCard. You could stop right there. Visa is a massive Ripple partner. So is MasterCard, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Solana, BNB, Algorand, GateKnox, Certic, ADP payroll company, Swift, and FedNow. Oh, shit. That's what Grok is saying. Swift and FedNow are partners in this. So I guess maybe they don't have officially a license, but Zebek is a partner of FedNow in some manner, form, or fashion, along with Swift. Absolutely a knockout crypto that's cheap as hell. Let me see what the price is on this. 0.002. There you go. So that crypto, if you're brand new to the program, welcome. Zebek would be one you need to seriously consider. Robert Driscoll, always learning in class. Thank you, Hulk. Well, that's what you're here for, to get information so you can either make a decision on a crypto. That's what the channel's for. I show you all the evidence. You make your own decisions. Some cryptos are pretty cool. I like Zebek. I love it. And what I'll do every 3-4 months is I'll go back over a crypto we've done. If we've talked about a crypto and you want to know about it, then let me know and we'll go back over it again. I'll see what it, but Zebek is one of these, like 4 months ago until now, there's a whole bunch of shit that they did. Zebek has a whole bunch of connections. It wasn't here 4 months ago, 5 months ago. I didn't see all this shit. Now I'm seeing like, whew, makes me want to like load up, get loaded. All right, that's where we have 20 minutes. Okay, let me get rid of the Zebek off my computer. Binance. Let me get rid of the Cosmo SDK. That's the Ripple connection. Yeah, that crypto's massive. Let's get into Cardano. I don't like Cardano, but I'll report on it and what it does. I would never own it, but I mean, you could or should. I don't know. I can't tell you. Paste. Now, just to show you, here's Forbes. Now, I saw this article on, on 4 days ago. I did not report on this 4 days ago because, let me just show you this article here. This is Forbes. Forbes is talking about the unit, it's called, the unit. Okay, so here we have Forbes magazine reporting on new unit currency is a good step. And they're talking about this article right here. I'm going to leave that article there with Forbes, but I'm going to show you the article that I saw 4 or 5 days ago. I didn't want to go over it 6 days ago. You could have heard this from me 6 days ago, but I have to verify articles before I put them on my show, and I couldn't find this anywhere on the internet at all. So I decided not to report it because I couldn't corroborate. I can't necessarily bring an article on my channel if I can't see it anywhere else. I got to see some kind of reputable news channel somewhere talking about it, or I just can't. And this was one of them. Let's look at it right here. CCN. I ran it through Grok. Grok said it was a reputable news channel, but then again, nobody was talking about this. The coffee is gone. The title is Brics Launched. 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 Past tense. Already done. Okay. And you're like, oh, damn, CryptoHulk. What did Brics launch? Now, Brics, if you're brand new, stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I've already shown you on this program, and I'm not going to do it right now. Brazil, massive Ripple partner from 2014. Russia, I'm the only channel showing you Ripple Russia. Okay, 2014, Russia integrated Ripple's payment system. January 9th, 2014, Z payment. India is massively using Google and Ripple. China, well, I'm the only channel that's showing you Ripple China, nobody else. And then South Africa, I don't have shit to show you about that. But anyhow, that's 4 out of 5 ain't bad. It's what, 80%. Brics launched a gold-backed currency. Oh shit, everybody. Here it's coming. This is good because it's going to force the United States to look, man. They're holding all this shit back. They're letting this whole thing is fake. All of you know. Brand new people won't know, and after a while, watch my show, you'll know. But this whole thing is so fake, so controlled. It's choreographed. Like, oh no, you guys got to slow down. You over here, speed up. Over there, Brazil, you're doing a good job. Just stay at the same pace. I mean, that's what's going on. Africa, okay, hey, send some help over there in Africa. Get them hooked up. Yeah, okay. Send in JP Morgan and shit using another payments company to hide the fact. Okay, hide that good over there in Africa. Okay, all right, everything's good now. That's all that's going on. That's what I'm seeing. A big coordinated event. When you start moving too fast, they slow you down. When you're too slow, they send in companies to help you speed up. That's what I'm saying. And I'm showing you all the evidence each time we do articles. Now, what do we got right here? The Brics unit. It's called the unit. The Brics unit is a gold-anchored digital trade currency designed for cross-border settlement. Oh, gold-backed crypto. Are you seeing this? Now, what backs Bitcoin? Nothing. Whoa. Right now. They could come up with something and figure out how to back Bitcoin somehow. So I'm not saying anything negative about Bitcoin, just as of right now that we know of. I'll even say that. There might be something right now where Bitcoin is back. We just don't know about it. That's how it is in crypto. They got all these little secrets. You have no idea what these little fuckers are hiding, okay? The Brics unit, I want you to see this. What is going to happen to the price of gold? Because right now, nobody's backing money with gold or crypto with gold. Let's just, general term, putting it out there. Think about the price of gold when it becomes valuable again. Make money valuable again, right? Make money great again. You back it with gold. What are the central banks all doing? Starting in 1973, what did all the central banks start doing? Selling off gold. Up until about 3 years ago, what did all the central banks start doing? Buying gold. See, when the whole world kind of went off the gold standard, banks started selling off gold. See, banks, I want you to think, because the price of gold is going to keep going up. And I knew this. I was buying gold at $17.80 per ounce. The last time I bought gold was $2,000 an ounce, because gold after that went to $4,000. I stocked up. When gold hit $2,000 an ounce, I took out a bank loan. It took me about a year and 4 months to pay it off. Now I'm waiting for gold to hit 10, 12, 15,000. On my Crypto Hulk YouTube, go back to the very first 3 months when I made my channel. I told you gold's going to hit 10 to 12,000 an ounce. I was telling you that back in July of 2020. I knew it. Now, what's going to happen to the price of gold when every country backs their money with gold? Oh, man. And then they put gold on the blockchain. Gold's going to go to 10 to 15 and be like, oh, man. See, again, gold's going to be at 4 right now. I know some of you rich guys out there. One guy's got, I'm not making fun of anybody. This one guy in the Crypto Hulk $500 membership club's got at least 3 million in crypto. I said, how much gold you got? Oh, $75,000. I'm like, oh no, not good. So I kind of tell him, hey, you really got to stop buying all the crypto shit for real. Get gold, man. Like at least 1/3 of your crypto, at least 1/4. If you got $3 million worth of crypto, either sell off 1/4 of it or stop buying crypto, and because you got to have gold. That's just common sense. Crypto. At one point, for every $1 in crypto, I had $8 in gold. Those are my ratios, and still until the price of crypto kind of started going up more, and then now it's I think 1 to 1 or something, or somewhere in there. The Brics currency launch coincides with record public anxiety about dollar debasement. What we have is the globe is worried that the dollar is going to crash. So Brics, I want you to see what's coming up. This is a very, very good thing. Brics is coming up with a 40% gold, 60% Brics currency backed crypto. This is exactly what we need. We need the American dollar to start dumping. So I've been telling you, and you guys already know, Black Swan, don't be afraid. Shit's going to happen. See, the reason I have gold is because when gold starts hitting 10, 12,000 and everybody out there is fucking destroyed financially, I got even more money. I'm set up to where it's all good. Hey, let the economy crash and burn. Then my gold might be worth 20,000 an ounce. Oh, shit. See, I'm prepared. All these dumb shits on the channel, we say, oh, you spent all the money on gold. Oh, that's dumb. Crypto will be worth billions and you'll have the gold. Now, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. Dollar's going to crash. I've already got people telling me now they're financially destroyed. The inflation, this and that. They lost their job. Now they're selling off crypto to make ends meet. My gold has like doubled and tripled over the past 2 to 3 years. The more this economy gets screwed up, the more money I'm going to have. Like, that's how I got it set up to where it's either crypto or gold. If the gold skyrockets and the economy dumps, I'm fine with that. I'm actually better because I'm going to have a fuck ton of money. If the crypto takes off, great. I'm fine with that. I'm going to have, so either way, how I'm set up, either way, I win. Okay, that's what I did. That's why I didn't listen to dumbasses who are like, oh, you could have put all that money into crypto and had like 1 million XRP and all that shit. Man, if it does what it's supposed to do, I don't need 1 million XRP. That's what I'm saying. Like, just because you throw money into it doesn't mean it's going to be any better. You pick a certain amount and then that's it. Bam. Then I started buying gold. I had all my XRP that I was ever going to buy 5 years ago. I said, I knew XRP should hit. Well, I did a show saying that XRP would hit 100,000, but if it just does 1,000, I got all the XRP I need. And then I got all these other cryptos. So I do what I do. I don't need to listen to anybody. I got this. On my end, I'm doing all right. This is a experiment that they're doing, but it's a real life experiment. The Brics has grown. So now it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, United Arab Emirates. They have launched what's called the unit. And what is it trying to do? Hit the Western monetary. It's supposed to destroy the dollar. That's what they're trying to do. Okay. And that's fine with me. I need the dollar to dump. So my gold goes to 10, 20,000 an ounce. Man, I'll be loving it if that happens. So I'm positioned. So you get these guys in the $500 club and they got like millions of XRP, but seriously, here's the problem and all, or, millions in crypto, but 75,000 gold, really? Like, that's not even financially correct. If crypto were to dump, they've lost millions and they made a little bit because they got gold. With me, I'm 1-to-1 right now, the value. So either way, it doesn't matter. See how I'm set up? If gold takes off and goes to 15,000 or whatever shit, I got lots of money. If it switches the other way in crypto, I got lots of money. I've got it either way. If you're too heavy in one end, you got nothing. If something bad happens, there's an if. Maybe it doesn't. That's great. But if it does, guess what? Either way, I'm walking away with a lot. To me personally, it doesn't matter. The money dumps, gold skyrockets, crypto dumps. I don't care. I'm going to be A-okay. The other end, gold dumps, crypto goes up. I'm okay. See what I mean? So either way, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to win either way. Now, I may not win as much in the crypto as you, but I don't care. If crypto does what it's supposed to do, I'm going to be A-okay. And maybe you're doing super duper and you're buying 10 yachts and shit. Great. I don't fucking care. We all have our own little thing. My thing was safety. I'm going to either have a lot of money through the gold or the money through the crypto. Fine. I may not be the world's richest person. I don't care. For me, I just want to be A-okay. So that's what's going on here with the Brics. They've released this. It's done. It's a gold-backed, currency-backed. It's done. It's released. I don't know how long they're going to do this for. And guess what? It runs on Cardano. That's what the article, if you do a deep dive on this, the unit is a pilot digital trade currency developed as a prototype for cross-border settlements among the Brics nations and beyond. Now, I want you to understand what this is. This is a prototype this isn't the one. This is a prototype for the one. So what we have them running this prototype. It's real money. It's acting like real money. They're making trades in it for cross-border settlements among Brics and potentially beyond. It is not an official Brics currency, but what? A research initiative launched October 31st, but it was announced on November 10th by the International Research Institute for Advanced Systems, ARIAS. As of December 14th, it remains in a testing phase with no full adoption by the banks. The project aims to facilitate de-dollarization by enabling trade without the US dollar. See what I mean? This is good. They're using a gold anchored digital token. Now, here's what it says. Initially on the Cardano network. We all know how this ends up. Okay, it starts off with Cardano and it ends up with something, I don't know what they're going to use, but we know it's going to run on XRP. We know it's going to run on the XRP ledger. It's going to involve XDC, Stellar. Those are the top three. There's going to be some kind of Ethereum shit in there somewhere. One unit is pegged to 1 gram of gold. So what is that, like $150 or something, or 116? This is for international trade settle agreements. So you know there's going to be XDC involved in here. They're going to run on the XDC platform, Ripple platform. We already know. Commodity pricing, so you're dealing with XDC, XRP, XLM. Where are we as far as time? Okay, 2 minutes. Basically, let me get to the little gossipy stuff. So that's the basics. That's the fundamental right there. Now, price of Cardano. What could Cardano go to? Notice how I'm leaving this to the very end. It's like this much of the article. I broke down this whole thing. Now, at the very, very tail end, we talk about price because that's the least important part of this. The price is speculative, but it's somewhere between $5 and $25 by August. That's what Grok is saying. If it's fully utilized and if everything works, and there's ifs in here. So that's why I'm saving this to the very end. This is not the hype job. It's just, this is what Grok is saying. So, let me take a look here. Cardano, XRP. Grok is saying that Cardano has some partnerships and integration, and Ripple has speculative. Look, we all know where this goes. Stellar, Ripple, and the XTC network. Okay, that's where all the shit, those are the top three. That's right. Everything goes to those three, but everything runs on the XRP ledger. We got Project M-Bridge is mixed in. The African governments. Wow, 8 months. So I asked Grok, hey, Grok, if everything goes right, where would Cardano be? So let's look here. This is all speculation. So for the dumb shits out there, well, crypto, man, dude. Okay, let me explain this for the retards. This is speculative right now. It means nothing at all. Just want to make that clear. So when you leave your stupid fucking comments, I'll be blocking you from the channel. But just, this is speculation only. It's not even a big deal. People get all bent out of shape. They try so hard to go against Crypto Hulk. It's like it's their life's mission to outprove Crypto Hulk or something. It's sad. It's very sad, actually. Cardano, right here. X discussions. So these are people on X. Like pretty much all the fucking retards, they're on X. But X says that $5 to $25 by August. Am I going out to get Cardano? No. I mean, it could hit 5 to 25, but you know what happens with this stuff when it goes up, then it goes down. So it doesn't matter to me. If you invest in it and make, okay, there's somebody by the name of Extreme X, and they say it's going to hit 10 to 25. But that's unlikely, Grok says, without global adoption. But let's say there is. Then great. If you own Cardano, awesome. I'm happy for you. Grok's kind of saying between $1.50 and $5. So it's kind of a little all over the place at the low end. It's not showing any kind of big numbers like $1,000 or none of that kind of shit. So you're looking at anywhere from $1.50 to $25. Okay. And that's all speculation. So this is a pilot. It's running on Cardano. They could pick something else later, which they always will. They always start off with some whatever, and they end up with something else. So, but I wanted to get that out to you, that this is something that I believe will cause a destruction. This will be one of the reasons why the dollar gets destroyed. But we have to have this to bring about the crypto in full use. So those are your two cryptos. Let me check some comments here. If you have any last minute questions, now's the time to leave them, because the show's going to wrap up in like 1 to 2 minutes. So let me check the comments real quick. Crypto She-Hulk says, good morning, everyone. Through XLR. Cardano is 30 cents. To sum up the show, back the truck up on Zebek. Yeah, for real. I mean, 0.002 cents. Like, I'll tell you what, from looking at the Brics article with Cardano, like if I'm going to buy something, and I'm not giving any kind of financial advice, but when you look at what I reported to you on Zebek, it's just everybody who's important is mixed into that project. And it's 0.002 cents. Okay. And then you got Cardano, which I showed you. I mean, I wouldn't put a dime in Cardano. Plus, it's a prototype. So they're probably not even going to use it anyway. They're going to find something better. That's just my opinion. So if it was me and I was brand new, man, I'm dumping money into Zebek. That's just me. Okay. Because all the fucking connection with Ondo, mainly the ones that really, really kind of do it, is the Ondo BlackRock connection with Axelar and shit and all the, I mean, they got the connections. Like, look, man, Chainlink and all that shit in there. It's obvious Zebek is one where you should look into it. I can't tell you to invest in it. All right. That'll do it for now. I won't be making a PM show because I'm currently traveling. So I will have a Monday morning show lined up at 7 a.m. No cold plunge. I don't have the Crypto Hulk cold plunge with me, unfortunately. It kind of sucks. So I'm going to miss 2 days of cold plunging. But I'll see y'all in the next show tomorrow, Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific.